Well, it's a wonderful day on Signal Hill. Here we are, we're getting ready to drive up the hill, going by some of the row houses. Every day, well, my plan was to go up on Signal Hill about 6 o'clock because I figure everybody's going to be having their dinner and it won't be so busy up on the hill. And it seems to work pretty well for me this time, past few days anyway. Been going up on the hill every day watching the sunset. We had some really good results too. It's a very rough road going up here, and you can only go like 30 kilometers an hour, so you got to take it easy, and it's steep, so I had to turn off my overdrive on the van and take it easy going up here. Now I'm looking around for a nice parking spot. There's a few to be had. There's Fort Amherst off in the distance. Now I want to get sunsets, that's what I'm up here for, but I'm going to have to put in some time waiting, so I go around and I take all my standard shots. Fort Amherst, Cape Spear off in the distance. There's Cabot Tower. Wow. Now I'm down one lens on this shoot. My 12-40 is in for repair, so I'm doing some crazy things. I'm using super wide lenses, long lenses, and I'm just doing what I can do to make up for that lens that I'm missing. And I think I got some great shots too. Shots that I wouldn't have otherwise got. Here I'm using focus stacking to keep the Canon and the tower in sharp focus. I think it worked really well. Block house here with the tower in the background. Now we've had enough shots. We didn't get a good sunset, so we're just driving down the road again. We're leaving. There's a lot of night driving in this video. You might not like it. I really find it relaxing and enjoyable with the music behind it, and not getting jarred by all the bumps in the road while I'm just watching the video. Now we're driving along the waterfront. Gotta watch for traffic. Still, it's a really nice night, but you can see how stark it is. There wasn't much color. So we're back up on the hill again, taking some more shots. Another day. We're back up trying to get some more sunset shots. Like I said, I'm just putting in time until it gets dark because I really want that sunset. This is pretty much the golden hour here. There's the noon gun right up there. Here's a panorama of the surrounding area. I'm planning my shots. I'm looking at all the locations and imagining what light I can get and what I can do if the light does this or that. Now there's my sunset shot here. It's getting a bit darker, the lights are coming up, but still it's just a stark sky, and it's not really that interesting. I have much better sunsets from here. This is getting better. I'm liking this a bit with the lights of the cars. There the sun's going down behind the Confederation building. Now we're getting ready to leave. Just driving down the hill here. We didn't get any really good shots again tonight. I'm down on the harbor now. I'm looking over at the battery from the south side hills. There's the battery off in the distance. I'm trying to frame up my shot here. You can see it on the back of my camera. Okay, I've got my camera set up. Now, I'm not doing anything really special here. I'm just using matrix metering, and I'm using a 12-second delay on my camera. There's my shot. What I do is I set it according to the meter, have a look at it, check the histogram, see if I've got anything burned out. That's what it looks like on the back of the camera, and that's looking pretty good to me right there. And there's my shot. I'm happy with that. Now I'm looking at the boats. Once again, I'm using matrix metering. I'm taking my exposure, and I'm going to check the histogram. There I can see on the histogram, I've got a little bit of blocked up shadows there. So I'm going to give a little bit more exposure. A lot of times I'll shoot HDR on something like this, but I don't have my radio remote with me, and you can't use the timer for some reason. You can't use the self-timer to shoot HDR, so I have to make sure to get the exposure right in one image. Or I might do two images up and down and then blend them. Here I found that by checking my histogram, I could see that my exposure was okay, and I got a good result. Something else I found was that the boats are moving in the water, so if you get like a 30-second exposure at 200 ISO, you might be better off. See, the boats are moving, they're a little bit blurred, so I found it better to raise the ISO and use a shorter exposure, like a half-second exposure or something, to keep the boats sharper. There you can see the histograms on the back of my camera. This is a far cry from when I used to shoot with my Leica, with my 35mm Leica. I'd have the 50mm f1.0 lens on. I'd shoot a 1/15 of a second at f1.0 handheld, and I would get this shot no problem. I'm being a little more fiddly now, checking my histograms. You can see that we're not off the top, so we're fine. Unfortunately, one of the crosses is missing from the cathedral. We'll have to fix that up. Now, on the way to Cape Spear, we stopped here at the lookout, and I took some shots of the city, which there's the rooms and the cathedral, and the city skyline just looks magnificent. I mean, it's just wonderful. Now we've been coming back from Cape Spear. We're going to stop. This is the same lookout where I took the night pictures before. So we're going to pull in here and we're going to have a look. There you can see the rooms and the cathedral there and some other of the buildings there, some little jelly bean houses. There's a church and some row houses. Now we're back up on the hill again, and I met Sable, this wonderful Newfoundland dog. Beautiful dog. These dogs are really friendly too, really super. He kind of wanted to eat my camera, which was funny. He's just a beautiful dog. There's the city at night. Look at those lights. What a beautiful city. I love it. I really love coming up here and looking at the city. Now we're going to do something unique. I'm up on the hill here, up towards Ladies Lookout. I'm using my super wide lens. I'm using live comp on the camera here, and I'm shooting the trails of the cars going down the hill. I had to do a whole bunch of these to get it right, but I'm very happy with the result. This is just HDR shots that I was doing over the city. With a bit of a long exposure, you can see the car streaks, but live comp really is amazing because it really brings out all the detail in the trails of the lights. This is a neat one because it's more towards the sunset, and there's the city and the pond on the other side. Later in the year, the sun would set right over the city. Well, we've got our shots. Now we're going to go down here, going down the hill again, over some bone-jarring bumps, I'll tell you. One of them really made me yelp. Look at the city. It's Saturday night. City's looking great. Just watching because people might not all be sober. Driving down here. I find it really peaceful watching the driving videos. Driving along the waterfront here. I've spent so much time walking around here over the years, walking the waterfront, taking pictures. It's been just fabulous. The roads are a bit bumpy, and it's an old city. The streets are narrow. It's the oldest city in North America. The oldest street in North America, too, that we're driving on. And we're just taking it real nice and easy. Just delighted to be here. There's the keg. And the history here is just amazing. And there's the moon. Thanks for visiting.